I'm going to do a pencil drawing here, this sketch of the stump and a couple trees here. So interesting shapes. Here's my setup, there's my drawing board and my pad. That's my watercolor sketch pad. Okay, I got my mechanical pencil here to get started, and I really like that stump there. So I'm going to start down here. Just going to get the essence of it, the shape. I like that stump. It's got cut off. It's got some grooves in it. Come down here like this. I really like that stump. It's the best shape I've seen. I'll come around. Let's see. Yeah, well, you got your line, erase it there a little bit. I should have gone a little bit lighter, but start with some kind of outline drawing here. There's a hole here. Looks like where a branch came off or something. An old stump. And this slopes down over here. Really nice sharp area. Okay. There's a tree on the right of it. I'm just going to indicate the edge of it. Just put this tree here. There's a tree up on the edge. Just for a reference. Now this comes down. I'm going to look over the fence there. There's a fence line here. I'm not going to put the fence in. I'm just going to go ahead and go around. Just come down here, rough edge. Okay. Now I like this tree behind though. I like the overlap. So I'm going to put this tree back here and behind. I like that one. Okay. And a horizon line, it's way off in the back there, so I'll just stick it, let's see, put it about right in here, a horizon line, a little bit, maybe a high horizon compared to where I'm sitting. I'm sitting down. Yeah. Okay. Now the bark on this is really, it's really rough. There's a lot of bark on this one over here also, this tree. These are pine trees, so it's got some pine bark. Been here a long time. Now there's some far off trees. I've got one back here. I can stick this one in. This is kind of back here. I can put that one in. I got some far off trees here. And just show a little depth here in the drawing. Some trees back there, way off in the distance, way off in the distance. Way in the background, there's lots of little trees there. Okay, now let's see, how am I going to darken that up here? I might get the paintbrush out and put some little bit of paint on that, but that's the drawing. I got the stump here. I guess I'll draw it a little bit darker. Get that shape nice and defined. This is the curves around here. This is the part that was cut off. And there's a groove around here. Inside of the trunk, right in there, some cuts. This comes around. And I like this little notch here. There's a little notch here in the wood. And that's going to be dark, so I'll put I've got some dark lines here. Old pine stump. I can work with this back tree in the background here. I'll darken it up a little bit. Over there. And background over here. Background trees. Oh, this is a bigger tree here. A little more forward. Trees here. Then there's this big tree off to the right here. Right here. So this is drawing paper. On this sketch pad is a sheet of drawing paper and a sheet of watercolor paper. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and get my paintbrush out. Okay, what I'm going to do is I've got my Lamai pen here. I'm going to put in this dark ink. So I'm going to use the dark ink here. Ink pen. I changed my mind about putting watercolor. I think I'll use just do a pen and do a pen and ink sketch here. That's what I'll do. I can darken in the grooves and so forth. Comes around here. There's an edge on the top. A very interesting shape here. Where it was cut off. Get the edge of this old tree trunk here. And there was some grooves here inside the tree here. And this part here is was cut off. This is where it cut off here one time. Now we'll get this hole. I like this little notch here in the tree. I like the notch. I can go ahead and darken that in with ink. Okay, now I'll get the edge of the bark over here. I'll fill in some of these shapes now. It was this is old pine. These are old pine tree. It's got pine bark on the side here. This was all dark. It rained here last night real bad, so this everything is wet. So our areas here are darker because of the wetness, but that's okay. And there's a dark spot over here. shade that in. I'm going to shade it in with a pen. And the bark, come down here, break. Rough bark. And over here is some grooves. Wet bark coming down along the edge here. Okay, and this big old tree in the back, I'm just going to get the outline of it to come down here, and comes up to the side over here, and it's got lots of wet bark also. Different shapes. They're interesting shapes here. And it's starting to come out, which is nice. A big old tree here behind, and there's a horizon line back here. I'll put that in. And I'll rough in some of these trees here. There's a dark tree here. Yeah, the bark is wet from the rain last night. Put that in. There's some smaller tree way off in the background. These are background trees. Put those in. Make it more interesting. Some interest here. There's another larger tree coming forward. There's a lot of trees here in this park. This is an old park here by the waterway, and it has a lot of pine trees here. A little picnic ground. I'm just going to capture some of the shapes here. And this, I'm just going to mark in the edge of this tree here on the right, a big tree here on the right, just come down. And just kind of shade that off a little bit. So I'm just kind of capture the shape here. And so this is just a drawing paper here in my sketch pad. And it there's like 50 sheets in here, and half of them are sketch paper, and the other half is 140-pound watercolor paper. So this field sketch pad really is a nice. I use this a lot. So I have on my website everettwatercolors.com field sketch pad, along with my visual journal is another one I use a lot. Visual journal. Okay, I think that's a good start. A good start here. I'm not going to worry about the ground. It's all wet and it's dark. You can see here. We'll do a close-up now of the drawing. Close up of the drawing, and we'll swoop over here to what I was looking at. There's the stump, and there's a couple of trees, a big tree on the right. You can see a lot of trees in the background, and that's just trying to capture this, just capture the scene. So that concludes my drawing for today. my pen and ink sketch.